Connor, do you know what wrestling is?
I can rest my balls on your forehead.
Yeah, I know.
So Floyd needs to understand before he speaks who he is speaking about, and that is as simple as that.
This is a question for both McGregor and Cowboy. I see you both winning the championship coming up soon. Could you see yourself fighting each other coming up in the next year?
Yeah, go ahead, McNugget. You want to answer that or no?
Ladies first.
Conor McGregor is arguably one of the best fighters in the world. Not just physically, but mentally. Literally the master of getting into people's heads. He kills them from the inside out. If he can't kill you from the outside, physically with ease, he'll kill you inside with this. Now the information I'm going to give you does come from my ebook that I've been currently working on. That's why I haven't been uploading in a while. This isn't like the 48 Laws of Power. 40 Laws of Power uses real world events and historical events that happened. Not only am I going to be using present events that occurred in my book, and I also use my experience to help you guys throughout the whole process when you're reading. So all this information that you're about to get, psychology-wise, is going to be from the book. But I'm going to be telling you how Conor does it. Everyone has their own methods, everyone has their own ways. What I'm going to tell you is Conor's. So this doesn't matter if you're a fighter or not, anyone can use this. So number one, you have to perfect this. If you can perfect this, everything else is going to be a lot easier. And that's understanding your target, understanding who you're actually going up against. Identify the weak parts in that person. You can find out what makes them insecure, what makes them anxious. Now, people watching this video can either use this for good or use it for bad. The thing is with the internet, anyone can use this information negatively or positively. It just depends on the person and who you are. That's why I'm making this video, so you can protect yourself from these people and so you can understand. That's why I have a book on how to protect yourself on that. Now, when it comes to research, now this is a person who isn't really big online. Let's say it's one of your friends. Now you're gonna have to go on the ground and figure out information on yourself. Now, I'm not saying put on a fake face, fake smiles, don't do that. No, be yourself. However, there's gonna be a couple things you're gonna wanna tweak. Number one, stop talking so much, bro. You talk way too much. Dude or dudette, it doesn't matter who you are, you talk way too much. Now, if that's your personality, if that's what you're known for, talking a lot, watch what you talk about.
His chin is deteriorating. Every single contest he gets in, he hits one knee. He does a gust of wind and he does the chicken dance. You know what I mean? Coming up against me, that's not gonna be good, you know?
Now, if you want, you can sprinkle in a little bit of lies in the information you're giving out, so it throws people off guard. Lies are like the smoke, the screen behind the truth of what you're actually trying to do. Conor was so good at this. In the fight with Khabib, even though he lost in the press conference when he was talking to Khabib, he was literally exposing Khabib in front of everyone.
Shut your mouth, Ali Abdulaziz, mad terrorist, terrorist snitch. I know a lot about you as well, you mad rat. I know a lot about you as well. You keep your mouth shut, kid. Let me take my picture. How's Noah? Huh? Yeah, shut your mouth. Never speak about me, ever in your life. Watch yourself around me, because you'll be out here quick.
This is a perfect example of understanding your target. Now, of course, Conor lost in that fight. It could have been because he was unprepared. I heard some rumors that he was caught drinking. He was drinking before the fight. You know, he wasn't training as well, partying, that type of shit. Honestly, that was probably his downfall after that. I guess he didn't take Khabib that serious because Khabib is incredibly good. Number two is to build that confidence. Create a persona. Are you a funny person? Keep being a funny person. Conor has a notorious persona. He's known as, you could say, the big boss. That's just how he is. That's his persona.
Sorry I'm late, I just don't give a fuck!
Are you the person who doesn't talk? Then keep being that person. Don't talk as much. If anything, talk even less than what you originally did. Because if you're the person who doesn't talk and you try to be funny, try to be that funny clown person, it doesn't really fit your face. It doesn't fit who you are. It's like you're literally trying to be someone else. So don't do that. Figure out your personality. I know it sounds weird, but some people don't even know their personality. They just be doing random shit, other things. Or they're trying to be funny when they're not. And then some people try to be serious when they're a funny person. That doesn't mix well. None of that mixes well. Are you a person who likes to pretend like they're sad all the time? Are you the person who just looks, in general, they just look depressed, but you're actually not? Be that person. Be you. Literally be you. Stop trying to be someone else. That just doesn't mean just be really dumb and do some random dumb stuff. No, be a smart dumb person. Be a smart, intimidating looking person. Now, number 3 is where you get into their head. This is where you actually start battling them mentally. This could be taunting them, challenging them, making them really think about their own abilities. If you can make someone think about their own abilities, in my other previous videos, I've said if you can make someone talk, if you can make someone react, you're in the doorstep of their head. Now, the only reason you ever talk is to get them off their rhythm. That's the only reason you ever talk. Tease them, mock them. These are things that really gets to people's heads if they're not mentally tough, if they're not mentally strong. This could really mess with people. Now, this also might not affect them at all. Or that's what you think.
Can you say what you thought when you saw him there? What was your reaction?
I honestly, the first thing I said to him was, wow, I didn't think I'd see you again. I shook his hand, I embraced him, I gave him a little cuddle, I told him everything's gonna be A-okay. It will be over before you know it. So now I'm gonna take the opposite approach. Cuddle him, look after him, whisper sweet nothings, tell him it's gonna be all right, it will be over quick. And hopefully get him into that octagon December 12th.
Let's say you're at school and a bully comes up to you and he wants to make fun of you. You keep a stoic face, you're chill. You look at him and you just say some random stuff. You just like, you're fat. Some random shit. Some random stuff. You just tell him you're fat. Let's say he's skinny. Let's say he looks at you weird, like, what the heck? You got a reaction out of him. You're at the doorstep of his head. You got him to react. Good job. And then you go back to work. That's psychological warfare. You're at the doorstep of his head. You're in his mind now. This is really simple. Now, if you understand your opponent, if you understand the person really well, mental wars going on in his brain is gonna be a lot easier for you. 4th one is controlling the narrative. He's really good at creating buzz. He's really good at having the media focus on him. This can generate controversy between both parties. And whether it's true or not, this builds a narrative. This literally builds controversy. It gets attention on them at all times. He's courting attention. Number 5 is going to be adapting to how they react. When Conor talks, he talks with the utmost confidence, strong body language. And because he knows how to talk, he can make people think certain things about him, whether they're true or not. In fact, it might even be delusion, but he believes it so much. He believes that everything he's saying is true to the point where it becomes real. So if he says he has unlimited confidence, if he says it enough times and he proves it through his hard work, eventually it just becomes true. It just happens. This goes with everything. If you truly believe in something hard enough, other people will believe it. And on top of that, it eventually just becomes true because of how hard you believe it. If someone tells you he can mess you up with their thumb, they're gonna be like, this guy's a weirdo. But you look into his eyes, you look at his facial expressions, and you see how he reacts to that information, and he tells you, I can really mess you up with my thumb. I really could if I wanted to. The most serious situation, he believes it in his heart. He believes it in his heart that he could really do it. You're gonna start thinking, well, his thumb looks kind of big, He might be able to do something. It makes you think. That's what he wants you to do. That's the whole point. And lastly, you want to project consistency. You can't be serious one day, then the next week you start joking around, and then the next day you're serious and then joking and then serious again. Like, you can't be doing that. You have to be you. You want to make sure that your consistency is on point. Make sure your confidence is consistent. Make sure your tactics are consistent. Because if they're not consistent, eventually you're gonna break, trying to break the other person. If you're consistent, it's gonna build a credible image. You're gonna look more trustworthy than you actually are. If you wanna protect yourself against people psychologically, mentally, who you might not even know is trying to manipulate you, the book's for you. Or if you just wanna simply read it just to get smarter, that's good too. Anyways, I'll see you on the next one.